AITA for calling out coworker during a potluck. Yesterday, we had a company potluck for our department, roughly 15 people. As a going-away celebration for a coworker, let's call him Tom. Most people brought something, including Tom. Some coworkers didn't, which isn't normally a big deal. Except for our one coworker, we'll call Bob. Bob didn't bring anything. In fact, I don't think I have ever seen Bob bring anything to a potluck, and we have several a year. During our potlucks, we leave the food out for a bit, then put it in the refrigerator for people to snack on or eat when they get a chance during their shift. While we were all putting food away, Bob pulled out a few Tupperware containers and started filling them with food other people brought. I confronted Bob about it, and he said that he didn't want to cook later after his shift, so he was bringing some food home. I told him that maybe those people who cooked that food would like to bring it home instead. Bob just shrugged and continued packing containers. He also grabbed a couple packs of cookies left out and threw them in his bag. I brought this up to a couple coworkers who did bring a lot of food, and they seemed reasonably upset. So, AITA for calling Bob out and telling others what he did. Next story. AITA for how I treated my half-brother. After my F-15 mom F-40 went homeless, my dad M-44 let her and her kids move in with us out of pity. My dad is at work from 9 to 17, and he absolutely hates sandwiches and cold food or leftovers. Now that I have some free time, I like to cook him lunch and take to his workplace for him. Yesterday, I got home to see that my own portion of food is gone. My half-brother, M13, apologized and said he was really hungry and it smelled good. Some backstory is that my mom's kids stay home all day and are expected to make a sandwich or something with groceries their own mom buys. He said he was sick of sandwiches, and I always cook these nice meals and won't share with them. I got angry and told him it was my lunch that he ate and sent him to his room. When my mom came home, she got angry and said, "I'm a selfish bitch for treating my half-brother like that." She said she'll pay me for the meal and said it wouldn't kill me to cook for my half-siblings as well. I told her this is her job, not mine, and I'm sick of her attitude and had to go hungry for an hour because of her son. She called me an asshole. Next story. AITA for telling my daughter she doesn't have the right to mourn or go to her ex-friend's funeral after what she did. New account since my daughter does know my other account. When my daughter was in school, she became friends with a girl named Kelly. They stayed close through college, and my daughter was even one of Kelly's bridesmaids when she got married. To explain where my daughter's behavior came from, my ex-husband cheated on me repeatedly, and our marriage ended horribly. My daughter doesn't speak to her father anymore, and she absolutely despises cheating. About 7 years ago, my daughter became convinced that Kelly was cheating on her husband. She started harassing Kelly online and essentially blew up her life. By the time my daughter found out that the man she had seen Kelly with was actually a relative, they were at a fancy restaurant together. It was too late. Kelly's marriage had already fallen apart, and because we live in a very religious community, she was ostracized by many people. They had a huge falling out, and it basically came down to my daughter ruining Kelly's life. Kelly blocked her on everything and eventually moved away. Kelly hated my daughter after that, and so did her mother. I still run into Kelly's mother occasionally, and she has made her feelings about my daughter very clear. The issue is that Kelly recently passed away. My daughter found out through a Facebook post, and the funeral is this weekend, 2 states away. My daughter was planning to attend the funeral, and I told her that I thought it was a terrible idea. She said she needed to go, and I told her again that she shouldn't. We got into an argument, and she said she had every right to mourn her friend and attend the funeral. I told her that she really didn't have the right to mourn Kelly or go to the funeral because Kelly hated her after everything that happened, and because my daughter had destroyed her life. She hasn't spoken to me since. Now I'm wondering if I should warn Kelly's family that my daughter might show up at the funeral, or that I might be in the wrong here. Next story. AITA for putting a lockbox in our shared fridge after my roommate kept eating my meals. I live with 2 roommates, and for the most part, we get along. But one of my roommates has 0 boundaries when it comes to food. I work around 50 hours a week, so on Sundays, I prep all my lunches and dinners for the week to save time and money. Over the past month, one roommate has taken my meals 3 different times. First time, he said he thought it was abandoned leftovers. It was freshly made on Sunday night. Second time, he swore he'd replace it and never did. A couple of days ago, I noticed 2 of my 5 meal containers were gone again. When I asked him about it, he just shrugged and said he was starving after the gym and didn't have time to cook, then offered to buy me a coffee to make up for it. I was so tired of dealing with it that I just ordered a clear plastic lockbox off. Amazon and put my prepped food inside it on my fridge shelf. He saw it yesterday and completely flipped out, saying I'm treating him like a criminal and making the whole apartment toxic. My other roommate agrees that he shouldn't be taking my food, but thinks putting an actual lock in the fridge is overly dramatic and ruined the vibe. Now he's giving me the silent treatment, and the atmosphere at home is super awkward. AITA for locking up my food. Now it's your turn to decide. Was the original poster in the wrong? Vote NTAYTAESH or NAH and tell us why in the comments.